This week's daily USP is Gr.4 at Dragon Trail Seaside. Means the chicane of death is back, but yeah, seems to be tamed in this one. It's not too bad. The Mazda Atenza over here. On the first corner, you're looking out for that transition into the metal barrier, or just the end of the orange paint on your left hand side. That's when you start braking. Down into second, roll a bit through the corner and then accelerate out. I got some wheel spin, but somehow I got a good exit out of there. We're out in second over there. At this corner, you can just see that there's a bit of dark tarmac on the left hand side of where it's shining because of the sun. So what I'm aiming for is to get my inside wheels on the right hand side of those tire marks. So you can see just over there, I went over them, and you want to either cut this completely like this where the right wheels are completely off the curb, or then you want to keep the right wheels on the inside of the bump and take a wider line and keep the whole car off the curb. Otherwise you're just going to get sent flying. Now for this corner, as you get to this transition from the grass to the gravel, that's where you're going to start braking. You can see just before that, down into second, roll through the corner and accelerate out of there early. So the key over there is brake early and you get a good round into that corner so you can accelerate out. You can brake later, you'll make the corner, but then you can't accelerate out as quickly. Now at this corner, again, you're looking for the orange barrier, the transition over there into the metal. That's where you just want to trail brake into this corner and then accelerate out, getting as much speed as possible. Flat out through this section, just turn in early, it could understeer a bit. Now this car, you grab it out, all the gears, so keep doing that, just mark the speeds in your mind and shift at those. At this corner, just before you get to the 100 board, there's a bit of a gap in the shadows over there. I was braking just slightly before that. Down into second on this one. You want to be done with your braking early so you can get out of there in second. As you accelerate out, the car will rotate a bit. Chicane of death over here now. You're going to keep it flat out through this whole section. Now at this marshal box where the curb starts on the right hand side, that's when you start turning in quite early over there. You can see the steering input over there. The car's still pushing wide, but I'm turning in. It's going to understeer. As you get to this point, you can see I'm sort of aiming for the barrier. It looks like I'm going to go into it, but it's going to understeer. Just a slight lift will suffice over here. I'm sure you can do it flat over here. As you get to this transition, you can see you're going to get quite close to that inside wall and then start turning right into it, and you're going to understeer and should make it out just fine. So just a slight lift will do. You don't have to lift too much over there in this car. At the end of this hill on the left hand side, just before the 100 board, that's where you start braking. Down into second for this one. As that tree is right in front of you, you can see there's one of it. You want to start accelerating out and over the line. Just going to keep it flat out in here, keep it in fourth. So I was 147.8.